Welcome to week 24, year 2023. Hard to believe that we're almost halfway done with the year, 52 weeks. That would make it so that we can be that much closer in the middle of the year. Also, we have Father's Day coming up, and we have all sorts of other fun things planned. Let's get to it.
Quick disclaimer. Opinions expressed by Bill Doobie Variety Channel are for education and entertainment purposes only. Viewers are encouraged to further research this topic, so as not to be caught unprepared in the future. Feel free to leave any questions you may have in comments section below.
Always good to have a disclaimer. Let's see what else we
It's
have.
here by popular demand. The BDV shirt and the BDV merch shop. Not only that, we have BDV cups too. All sorts of merch. Check out the BDV Uncle Bill Doobie merch on any of the community walls of my channels. It's on Cook, Camp, Create, Critique, Climb, Lumosity, Thumbnail Hacks. It's on them all. I love you. Check out the link in the description. Also, it's maybe I'll put it down here. I don't know if I have the time.
And I did. And thank you so much to my head moderator, The Virginia Show, for being my moderator. It's so great to have you in here. Let's get some 5 crazy things. 5 crazy things. You want 5 crazy things? Well, here are 5 crazy things. First crazy thing is my sleeping bag. Alpine Swiss sleeping bag. This is rated from 0 to 5 degrees Fahrenheit. And let me tell you folks, it goes down to maybe about 45, 50 degrees. And then you're going to start getting cold. So if you see an Alpine Swiss that's rated down to 5 degrees, don't kid yourself. But it's a good sleeping bag. It's a mummy bag, and I like it. That's the Alpine Swiss. That's #1 share of 5 crazy things that we could critique, because it's critique week. Now another thing that we could critique is this black fiberglass arrow that I got from Amazon. Now this was a very inexpensive, I think I got, I can't even remember how many I got because it was a long time ago, but they were about 12 of them for like $26 or something like that. It was marketed as being a very durable arrow. I broke a tip off of one of them almost as soon as I got them, and although it helped that I actually hit one of the buckles on the target, so that could have a good reason why the tip came off. And I think I've lost one feather off of one of them, but all in all, they're not bad. They're pretty straight, and you can use them for many things. Arrows are amazing because you break them and don't throw them away if you have hollow tube arrows. I had some Eastman, I can't even remember what the name of the shaft was, but it was an aluminum shaft made by Eastman aluminum, and I still got some out in the garage that I use for various projects along the way. That is share #2. Share #3, back to camping. This thing right here, this is a VioSun high-low temperature reading, and it also gives you humidity too. And it goes on a total history based on how long you've got the battery in there, or a 24-hour history. And I've always been kind of curious how does it do 24 hours if it doesn't have a clock in it? Because it doesn't have a clock, and I don't know how in the world this thing figures out that 24 hours has passed. I've been trying to figure that out ever since I bought it almost a year ago. Works well. I've been fairly happy with it, and that is share number 3. Share number 4. These might look a little familiar to them. These are Zenni optical glasses, and I have been very happy with my Zenni optical glasses over the years. I've been wearing Zenni opticals for over 5 years now, and I just recently went up to the Gucci class. Now, Gucci class, I always call anything that's really expensive and supposed to be good quality Gucci, because Gucci handbags, people have paid, hundreds of dollars for a handbag. Well, with glasses, you can pay hundreds of dollars for a pair of glasses. Now, the Zenni opticals have blue blockers glasses that are what I'm wearing right now. And blocks, lenses, highly recommend them. I think these glasses right here cost me pretty close to $200. But I can't remember exactly how much I paid for them. But I've just switched over to blocks lenses. I wish I had done that a long time ago. And then another side note of things done a long time ago. Now, wisdom is something that unfortunately you don't get until you're old. And by the time you get it, you're already old. And the wisdom that you're finding is things that you could have done a little bit better when you were younger. If you're ever in the dentist and they tell you that you're grinding your teeth, hey, you're grinding your teeth. And what that means is that you should start wearing a mouth guard at night. And I wish I had done that 20 years ago, because my teeth are actually ground down. Now, that's just a little free side note. Get a mouth guard if you get told that you're grinding your teeth. That's my little bit of wisdom that I'm giving you today for free. Now, share number 5 are these. These are the Exceed composition book pages that I bought these a couple of years back, actually 2 years ago. I do morning pages every day, and what morning pages are is you get that. You do 3 pages as fast as you can. You write about whatever comes to the top of your brain, so that you can loosen up and get your creative juices flowing. I go through books, about 1 book a month, and I like something that's good to write on. Now, these books are made in the United States, and these are probably the best that I've gotten so far to use for my morning pages from the artisan way. I like the fact that they have a plastic binding, and these are just things that you can critique and have and buy. Oh, yes, I got these over at Walmart, and they were on sale, I think under $2 a piece, or maybe it was 2 1/4. I don't know what they go for now, because things have gone up just a smidge since 2 years ago. Actually, a lot. Love you all, and I'm going to turn it back over to this guy right now. Yeah, and Uncle Bill can't always remember everything. I forgot that I did say that it was made in the United States, and that is a good thing to know. And getting things in the U.S. doesn't hurt. It helps the economy. One of the things that I've been using recently is this thing a lot, and I was thinking of getting 2 more of them, until I found out how much they're charging for them now, and that's because they don't make them anymore. Let's get into some news. Good news for June 12th, Monday. First off, they've got a new drone that they've developed now. They're using for combating wildfires, and it allows them to get closer to the wildfires without having people involved. And that's a great way to go. I was kind of curious how this thing was going to work. I saw a picture of it. It actually hooks up to a hose and probably sprays. They didn't show it in action, but they did show it. Well, they did show it in carrying a hose, but they didn't show it actually squirting out a hose, which probably would be an interesting evolution. Now, also, USA Today, there's a lady called Virginia Oliver in Maine who celebrated her 103rd birthday this year. She's also a working lady. She is a lobsterer, or however you call it, a lady who catches lobsters. She's been doing it since she was 8 years old. And if you do the math, that's for 95 years. She also has renewed her license for this year, and she goes out lobstering with her son. It's amazing. I mean, 95 years of lobstering. I'll be lucky to get to 95. I'll be very happy if I get that far. And I am just amazed. And she showed her up and around doing her stuff. There's another news about Freya, black Springer Spaniel, and over in England they have this gold-crested newt that is an endangered species, and I'm a little surprised about the newts being an endangered species. Well, not about the newts, but I have a passion for newts just from when I was a kid. When I was about 6 to 8 years old, probably more like 8 to 10, and I used to go down to the tropical fish store, and they had newts in the fish tanks. And we also had newts up at Lake Wilmert, which was a trout fishing lake, which we used to go to. And I just learned all about newts, and we made an agreement that we would sell the newts to the fish store for 35 cents a newt. I was in business. Actually no. I think I got a quarter a newt because they sold them for 35 cents or 37 cents, something like that. It was kind of interesting. But back to England. This dog is amazing. Freya has an 87% success rate. In other words, when she alerts on a animal, that is 87% chance that there's going to be a newt underneath that rock or wherever she alerted to. And yes, about 2/3 of their life cycle, newts actually live out of the water, up crawling around, and they look a lot different than they do in the water, and they're brighter colored. And I'm guessing the reason why they might be endangered in England is one, pesticides, and the other thing is birds love to eat them. So there's the news about Freya the dog. And they have another, these are all out of the Good News Network and a few other places. This last one was from USA News with, not with Freya, but with the lobster lady. Freya was from Good News Network. And the next one is from the Good News Network too. It's about soap. And they did a study, and it was an interesting study because they said that various soaps can make you into a mosquito magnet. And it's interesting, the one soap that they said that attracted the bugs the most was one that we actually had a lotion that was made by this company, which was for skin, a sunblock. We had a Dove sunblock, which we used years ago up in Canada in a test basis just for sunblock. And it actually was a great mosquito repellent. However, their soap in the recent trials was actually credited with attracting mosquitoes. Who knows with mosquitoes? Mosquitoes are a weird breed. And the other thing was about this study. I took a look at the study, and it didn't look like it was statistically significant enough. One of the things is with studies is, oh, excuse me, I thought I'd be able to make it, but my mouth is really super dry right now. Anyways, with mosquitoes, they're attracted to CO2. The female's the one that bites you, and there's really, everybody goes at their methodology for not getting bit by mosquitoes different ways. And who knows what works the best. DEET is a very good insecticide, and that works well. So does citronella oil. DEET was mentioned. Citronella oil was not mentioned in the article. Now on to another article. Motley Fool investment article had an article in April 29th about Social Security and the benefits of delaying getting your Social Security and how you would get more in your checks. But they didn't really carry the crossover in the article. I was kind of surprised being a Motley Fool article, because the real measure to me on whether it's better to collect your Social Security early or late is what you expect. You know, I know this is a pretty weird way to look at it, but it is the way you should look at it, is when do you expect to die? And what age do you have to live to where the total amount you would collect from Social Security would be bigger than had you collected it at an earlier date? Because if you collect it earlier, obviously you're getting more payments. Now, for me, I would like to start collecting at the age of 70, and I think the crossover for me is 81. I have to live to age 81 to then start having more accrued money out of the Social Security system at age 81. That's when, if I was saving every penny, they'd be bigger on this side with the 81 than they would over here if I collected earlier. Hope that makes sense. And also, do you want to buy in a lighthouse? The GSA actually has been selling lighthouses. Did you know that? They've been giving them away to nonprofits and other agencies, government agencies, for preservation purposes specifically. Now, this year there's 6 up for sale, and not only that, if they can't find a nonprofit or a government agency, they're going to open it up to individuals. I could buy a lighthouse. Yeah, but there's a catch. You have to maintain that lighthouse. And these things, the other catch is, you know, and it's funny because I read the article, and the article said they're giving them away for free. And I'm like, hey, if it's for free, it's for me. But the problem is it ain't free. They're going to start at $10,000 if they can't get the nonprofits and the governments to buy the 6. And I don't think they're going to have any trouble getting the 6 sold. And it'll go to public bid, and then it'll be between 10,000 and on up to $1 million. And I think it'll go past $1 million too if somebody says, "Oh, I want $2 million for that lighthouse." I think they figure the fair cost of the lighthouses. The states are Connecticut, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Pennsylvania, and that's it. Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, and Maine. I can't read my own writing sometimes. Anyways, I'm going to turn it back over to this guy, and in the meantime, I'm going to have some water because my mouth is just so dry. Oh, that's the other great piece of news. I'm feeling a lot better. I mean, even though this is just a dry mouth, my nose, I can breathe through it. I'm not as sick as I was last week. And that is great news for me. Turn it back over to this guy. I couldn't remember if he said it or not, but I guess he did. Anyways, I am feeling a lot better. Now, for today's lesson, I decided to do something totally different. And we're going to, yeah, I am feeling, oh, that hobby. Great to see you in here, Jason. And super to see you. And I hope that things are going well in Arizona. And today, what we're going to do is we're going to show a little bit of photo P and do a little bit of preparation for the rest of the week, because we're going to be talking about doing some stuff here with, let's make it bigger so that it takes up more of the screen. And go into photo P, which is, let me get my cursor over there. And weekly intros, we're doing Friday. I know it says Friday Lives, but this is, you can upload a couple of files to Photopea if you're on a prescription, if you're subscribed to subscription, man. Anyways, let's get going, and we're opening up my Friday Lives template. Might take forever because I have a ton of programs opened up. Might not even work. Let's see if it works this time. There we go. And right over here, you can see I'm fiddling over here. The black and white is exactly what we want. We got backgrounds. We have 3. Open in place puts it in the same thing that I'm working on. And I have 3 PDF, not PDF, PNG files that I have. Actually, I thought I had 3, but I guess I only have 2. Well, oh, that's because this one's an EPS file. Well, let's see if Photo P takes it. I don't know if it will or not. I downloaded the wrong one on that one. Well, let's not mess with it. Executive decision. We're going to do 2. All right, here's one of a dad, and he's getting ready to check out what his son has, and we're going to flip it quickly because I'd like to have him facing the other way. And this is just a way that you can use templates to make your life easier when making thumbnails. I have everything pretty much in there ready to go. And there is one of them. Now we have 5 crazy things which are in the way. So we come up and we only have time for one of these guys. Now we got the brand stamp, we got the live. Live is plenty out of the way, but we can move it some more out of the way. We're here. And 5 crazy things has to move too, which is under the new week right there. We're going to move it either here or what do you think of moving it down here? There we go. For tomorrow, we have a thumbnail. Now we go File, Export as PNG. And it's the correct size. There's one thumbnail done. Let's see if we can get another one in less than 5 minutes. Oh, 6 minutes. All right, backgrounds. We did one of them. There's the other one. That's me. Yeah, shake that box. Let's see what's in there. Now here, if I don't want to distort this too much, what I can do here is put in another layer. new color fill layer. And we can pull from there, go like that, and we're done. 2 thumbnails. I was going to do 3, but only have 2. Let's see. Save as export PNG. Unfreeze my brain so that it starts working. And get back to the broadcast, which is here somewhere. Just a second, guys. Maybe if I got to make this smaller. There we go. I'm back in and show myself back on screen. Here we go. And that is it. Does anybody have any questions on how that is? It's not that difficult. It takes a while to learn a new program. The 2 that I use a lot are Photopea, obviously, and the other one is Paint.net. Paint.net was my first true photo editor. What I like about Photopea is the fact that it has folders, so I can have pictures that have hundreds and hundreds of layers to them, but then I can put them all in folders so that they're more organized and only have like maybe 5 layers deep, and I can cover that in. It is a Photoshop clone. That's correct, that hobby. And it's actually free, which is one of the other things that I love about it. I'll put the link in just a second because I didn't do that. Let me go over to another just to make sure that I put the right link in. But I'm like 99% sure that is the right link, and it is. Let's get back over to the live stream. Here's the link to Photopea. You can sign up for free. It's a free program. There is a little difference between the Photopea that I was using and the Photopea that you would have. On the extreme right-hand side of the screen, you're going to lose about a little less than a third of the screen to advertising. I never really had much advertising showing there, but because of my pop-up blockers in my browser, but you can't use that space. I wanted to use that space. I also wanted to support Photopea. So I pay, I think $4 a month, and I pay it annually. So it was not that expensive, and it's about 1/8 the cost of neither of the 2 programs can you purchase. You can't purchase Photopea. I tried like the devil. I said, "Give me a lifetime deal. I'll shower you with money. I just want to pay once." I'm so used to doing one-time deals. And good old ads. Yes, you need to have ads. And the other thing is you need to know how to turn off your pop-up blockers so that you can go onto these sites that don't that they don't give you access unless you turn off your pop-up blocker. But if you can't remember how to do that, then you're in trouble, and that's a big one. Let's share another one because I love emojis, and I finally found a place that has all sorts of emojis, and there's no muss, no fuss. And thank you to everyone. Thank you to That Hobby. Thank you to the Virginia Show. I love you all, and have a great super day. It's been fun seeing y'all, and to the replay crew, you guys are great too.